y'all talking about in here? I ain't gonna be on here long. I am not gonna be on here long. But I've been busy as fuck all damn day. I wanted to go live with y'all all day. I've been wanting to go live with y'all since like 1 o'clock today. But every time I'm thinking I'm gonna have 2 hours to set aside to talk to y'all, some shit came up. So let's see how many people I can get in here at 12:45 a.m. Who's up at 12:45 a.m. on the West? I mean, 3:45 a.m. for you East Coast motherfuckers. What's up, Tyrone Powell? What's up, Dre Day? What's up, Dupree? Hey, y'all, it is clear as fuck out here tonight, y'all. If you look into the night sky and you see the Orion constellation, you see Betelgeuse at the top, and then Mars is like right next to Betelgeuse. Well, not right next to Betelgeuse, but like not that far away. The two red things in the sky tonight are like, it's very rare that you see Mars and Betelgeuse that close to each other in the sky. Usually when you see Betelgeuse and Mars in the sky, they're on opposite sides of the nighttime sky. But tonight, Betelgeuse and Mars are like right in alignment with each other. It's just fucking beautiful. And you say walking into the gym. What's up, Firefly? You just getting up? Is you on the East Coast? Oh, you got DC in the building. Man, I can't wait to go to DC next week, man. I've never been to DC before. Where can you get good barbecue in LA? Woody's Barbecue. The white folks trying to take the hood out, so the Woody's Barbecue on Florence and Gramercy, they caught that hoe on fire a couple months ago, so that one's still closed down. The one on Inglewood caught on fire the same way last month, but I think they put that one out in time and it should be open. If not, the Woody's on Slauson and Crenshaw should be open. Well, 1 block away from Crenshaw. You said you up in Oregon? Oh, Darrell James, you in Oregon? That's what's up. You got Darrell and like 17 other niggas, and that's all the black population in Oregon. That's right, Dupreme. I'm not gonna help them folks take down Ye. I am not. I don't know what's up with all these black. Hit the like button too. We got 23 people in here and 0 likes. I don't understand that. Like, what's up, Amar? Is it good luck parking? Shit, I'm not driving in DC. I'm Ubering everywhere I go. Hell no. Matter of fact, I'm walking most of where I like to walk. I'm the fattest, most walkingest nigga you've ever met in your life. But it'd be funny though, because here in LA, I don't walk that many places in LA. I drive a lot everywhere. But when I go on vacation, or not vacation, it's not just vacation. Anytime I just leave town and go anywhere else, I have to walk. I like to get a vibe and the energy of the city. Like when I was in Seattle, I walked a good 5 miles in Seattle. And I like walking at night too. I like walking and I like walking at night. So, cause I'm staying in DC. I'm saying like not too far from. So I'm saying like not too far from I'm saying like in DC. So like near the Capitol. My hotel is like somewhere near the Capitol. So I'm a nigga. I'm gonna be walking by the Capitol, nigga. I'm gonna be walking by the little Washington, the little bullshit ass memorials. I'm gonna be walking past like the bullshit ass White House. I'm walking all that shit. I am walking all of that. And I think I might go to while I'm out there. I'm gonna hit up a Wizards game. I might hit up the Wizards play that Friday night and that Sunday night. I'm not sure which one I'm gonna do. I'm either gonna do the Wizards game that Friday night or that Sunday night. Yeah. Why do y'all want to cancel Ye? There's no reason to cancel Kanye. Kanye has a right to his opinions. I'm not down with that canceling shit. I don't cancel black people. I cancel white people. And I cancel non-black people. I cancel Latinos that speak out against black people. I cancel people like Fat Joe who try to claim hip hop. That's who I cancel. I don't cancel black people. I don't see one thing about black people, we gotta go back to getting used to not agreeing with one another. We have the right to disagree with another black person and still maintain and have some level of humanity and decency towards them. Now, it's different. Now, we ain't talking about people like Jesse Lee Peterson and Candace Owens and Cynthia G and people like that. Kanye's not that. Kanye is a genius dumbass. He's a dumbass genius who says shit I disagree with, who says shit I agree with. When Kanye said white men are the most oppressed, I did not agree with that. No, sir. When he said, well, when Kanye said that thing about black people, when he said that slavery was a choice, people just ran with that. They didn't really look into what he said. See, the whole slavery was a choice thing. That never offended me because it depends on the level you look at it. On one level, hell no, it wasn't a choice. But when you peel back a few layers, yeah, yes, it was a choice. Slavery, in some ways, was definitely a choice. And what do I mean by that? First of all, when he said it, he was talking about the slave contract that artists signed. That's what he was talking about. Those artist slave contracts that they signed, they choose to sign that shit. That's the context in which contract Kanye was speaking in. Those slave music contracts. He was speaking in that context. But let's just say he's talking about slavery itself. There was a choice. Now, it wasn't an easy choice. It wasn't a good choice. I mean, you had the choice to run, but the question was, where were you going to run to? But you had the choice to run and find out. You had the choice to die instead of being a slave. Again, not much of a choice. You had the choice to fight. You had the choice. These were choices that were available. But most chose to stay. And see, here's the reason why people have issues with the whole slavery was a choice. Because it tells people that the majority of our ancestors chose to stay on those and work those plantations. When, if you look at that, if you ask me, the people who work the plantations, I don't have any issues. I don't have any judgment towards that. Our slave ancestors who worked the plantations, they didn't know any better. Like people, no different than people who work and get paid $50,000 a year, just enough money to go to work, pay rent, maybe buy some clothes every now and again, and put gas in your car just to go back to work. That's a choice. You may say I'm not a slave because I'm getting paid $50,000 a year. But here's my question. Are you really getting paid $50,000 a year? Because the slave had free room and board. The slave had weekend passes to where they can go visit other plantations and visit friends. The slave can go to church on Sunday. Slaves could play sports or had games. So my question is, if you're just getting paid enough money, if you're just getting paid enough money to put gas in your car, pay rent, put your kids in daycare, and go back to work on Monday, how much freedom do you really have? That's a choice. Now you may say, well, no other jobs are hiring, and that's a valid point. You may say, I don't know how to. I went to school in America. They didn't train me how to run a business, and that's also a valid point. Every point you make is going to be valid, but you still have a choice to go there or not. Now, if you don't go, you could get kicked out of your house and evicted and can't pay your bills. But hey, it's still a choice. It's a fucked up choice, but it's a choice. So the reason why, I'm not offended when he says slavery was a choice because there were slaves like Robert Smalls who chose to say, fuck this shit. He left the plantation, stole a fucking Confederate naval ship, drove that motherfucker to the north to the Union. You know what I mean? He chose to liberate himself. Then he chose to come back down and free his wife and his friends and fight for the Union in the Civil War. That's a choice Robert Smalls made. Bass Reeves. And shouts out to Isaiah Washington. Isaiah Washington has a Bass Reeves movie coming out next Friday, Corsicana, and I'm going to interview him next Tuesday about it. And he's going to tell you guys where to go to find the movie. It's a movie about Bass Reeves. Bass Reeves, he chose to whoop his slave master's ass. He beat the dog shit out that white boy, and he chose to go to freedom and become a cop, a sheriff. So, but for the let's speak to the for those who chose to stay on the plantation. Why did they choose to stay? Well, oftentimes slaves had family members. They weren't going to leave their family. You had other people who did not know that they were slaves. If you're born into a family, oftentimes the slave master was your father. Think about that. I know that's true for some of my ancestors, the Hoggets. The slave master was daddy. Do you even, I don't know, do you even know you're a slave? When you're just working the field for your father? Do you even have a context of what a slave is? So for them to choose to stay, I understand the decision. If What if you were born on a plantation and your family is 4 or 5 generations on that plantation? Mommy and daddy told you those is good white folks. They didn't call themselves slaves, they called themselves farmers. These were textile men and women. These were farmers. These were sewing people and cooks. They called themselves by their jobs. They were cooks. When I look at some of my ancestors, when I look at when they're on the dolls rolls, I'm not dolls rolls. Excuse me, not dolls rolls. On the census rolls and stuff like that, they don't have slave next to them. They have farmer. They have uh, cook. You know, so if you don't even have a content, and then this is what your mama did, your grandmama did, your great grandmama did, and your own parents are the ones who told you the context of where you are, of course you're going to probably choose to stay in some situations. It depended on the brutality of your plantation. Some plantations were hella brutal. Some plantations weren't brutal at all. Some slaves weren't on plantations. They were domestics in the house. Every plantation didn't have 500 slaves out there picking cotton. Some slaves just had some slaves. Most people, a lot of people who had slaves, they had 2 or 3 people. They had a cook, and that cook doubled as a person that raised their little white ass kids. And then they had old John Henry out back that was basically a hand for the land that they had and their private residence. And so you had sometimes where those were just that was Mr. Such and Such. So it's a very complex thing. That's why I didn't get mad when Kanye said that. Well, that's the second reason why I didn't get mad when Kanye said that. The first reason why, and primary reason why I didn't get mad when Kanye said that is, I'm not going to allow some sloppy jaw nigga to control my emotions. That's another thing we as people got to get used to. We got to stop allowing media to tell us when to get mad. You have to stop lending your emotions to these people, man. You have to stop lending your emotions. to the news cycle. You got to love yourself more than that. You got to protect yourself emotionally more than that. Don't let these people, don't give these people access to your emotions. Your emotions are for your children. Your emotions are for your parents, your spouse, your friends. Your emotions are for good music. Listen to some good music and allow your emotions to be free and feel the love. That's what your emotions are for. Your emotions are to cry when someone close to you dies and let it go. Your emotions are to feel good when you do something well. You have a project, a task. You have a goal that you reached. Your emotions are to feel good in that moment about yourself. We lend our emotions to these people too much. Fuck these people. And I say that including me. If y'all like what I say, like, and you a fan of what I do, listen to me from my heart. The way you feel about yourself means far more than you feel about me. And even for you hating ass niggas hate watching. You don't like me because you just can't wait for me to see. Wait, you can't wait to screen record me, say something to say, hey, look, the one you said. Even for you dirty draws ass niggas. Love yourself more than you waiting for me to fuck up and say something. Fuck these people. Fuck these people. Let me say that again. Hey, what's up, Jay Jimerson? That's my nigga right there. Fuck these people. Fuck these people. So I'm saying that to say this. Oh, someone's a teacher Indian War. I've done shows before on the Indian Wars, the Mississippian Wars, the Yamasee Wars. I've done shows in the past on that. But yeah, we are people. We are people with prisoners of war. But we fought our way to freedom. So I don't look back at slavery as, see, I'm different. Like I know a lot of my thoughts align with people in the new black media, a lot of my point of views and ideology, and they do. And they do. But at the end of the day, I'm my own man. I have my own patterns of thought that separate from everyone else because I have my own philosophy. Shit. I have my own philosophy, and I look at things from a very, very high level point of view. I'm a Gemini. I can see things from both. I could see things from the earthly, mundane point of view, and I can also see them from a very high spiritual point of view, and from just a high societal point of view. And the truth is, every group of people, every society has highs and lows. The law of correspondence, as above, so below. We all have seasons. We have the earth has seasons. We have seasons in life, and groups of people have seasons. And every group has a winter, and slavery was our winter. Unlike other groups, our winter didn't last that long. It lasted 250 years. Shit, them Slavs in Europe, them whole ass niggas were slaves for like over 1,000 years. Do we even understand that? Them Slavic nations and these Europeans, these motherfuckers were slaves. Like, let's tell the truth. When they were in slavery for thousands of years, half a millennia, whole millennia. We reached our lowest point ever as a people and stayed in that condition for exactly 200 some odd goddamn years. and got up out of that. That's some good ass weed. I told y'all I buy my weed by the quarter pound. I got 4 different ounces of some good shit, boy. But anyway, we were at our lowest point for 250 some odd years. We've been pretty fucked up even more for the last 150. So about 400 years. We ain't been at our best, you know? We haven't. But that happens to everybody. That's a guarantee in life. You're going to have highs, you're going to have lows. The key point to the lows in your life are to learn the lessons that got you low. You don't just get low. It's usually something that happens that got you there. When you study the Moors, you see all them niggas fucking all them white gals in Europe. When you look at the lack of unity within the cultures, when the Europeans came, they were making side deals. In the Yamasee Wars, the Yamasee people was kicking them Europeans' ass. But the Europeans made side deals with the Cherokee. The Cherokee came and doubled back. You know, kind of the same thing. They play one against the other. And then after they done playing one against the other, they conquer them both. That's the game. Our whole point when we look back on our history is to learn how we got here and how can we avoid going back. Not to sit here being all mad and saying, don't say we were slaves. Don't say slavery was a choice. That hurt my feelings. Let me tell you niggas something. From the bottom of my heart, fuck your feelings. We got a situation to get out of. I don't give a goddamn about your fucking feelings. Look back in history and ask yourself how did we get enslaved by these non-dancing, stanky mayonnaise smelling motherfuckers? How did these dumb motherfuckers enslave us? They call themselves geniuses, but have you ever listened to them try to play funk music? That shit sounds horrible. You ain't no genius if you can't play funk, nigga. Shit. In hip hop, they get one good white rapper, Eminem, and half of you niggas want to put him at the top just because he white. You got niggas, you got more geniuses in just in Wu Tang than Eminem can touch. Nigga, Raekwon better than Eminem. We shit out geniuses. And black people sweat genius. Nigga, black people, we got more genius in our sweaty draws than other groups got in humans. Producing geniuses every goddamn day. Other groups get one Fat Joe, and then all of a sudden, half of Latinos, half of hip hop is Latino. One fucking Fat Joe. That's all they got out of Puerto Rico. It's more hot rappers that came out of goddamn Memphis, Tennessee than all the Caribbean. And Memphis ain't even known for rap like that. We shit genius. So we gotta know, how did a group that shits genius get manipulated by a group that can't play funk music? How that happen? Infighting, lusting, niggas wanted trying to fuck something other than the women that they tried. That's what happened with Pocahontas. Men and women. That's what happened with Cleopatra. Cleopatra, way back in Egypt, over here fucking on Julius Caesar, giving away state secrets. She fucking on Caesar, Then now Caesar getting some bedroom talk, and he like, aha. And now here Caesar come, his gay, his old bisexual ass. And now we got to deal with the month of July because he wanted to rape his way into the calendar. July and August should not exist. July and August exist because the Roman Empire got absolute power through their conquering of Egypt. They conquered Egypt because Cleopatra was getting digged down by a Malik Yoba type motherfucker. Julius Caesar was also fucking his homeboy Brutus. Julius Caesar was shit dicking Cleopatra. And Cleopatra sold all the state secrets for some shit dick. Think about that for a second. Same shit over and over and over again. The Moors in Spain trying to have harems of white bitches. Trying to have all the white girls, and then them white girls going back to their goddamn family, saying, okay, yeah, this is where uh, King Ali Baba, where the fuck Muslim name they had, is hiding all of his shit. And kingdom, and then again in division, the Moors didn't have a unified kingdom. It was some tribal shit. A kingdom over here, a kingdom over there, and one by one, the Portuguese and the Vandals, the Visigoths, were sacking in little empires one by one. They wouldn't band together. They still fucking on all them white hoes. That's why all them Spanish motherfuckers look like Pau Gasol now. White with curly ass, thick ass hair. Because that's 700 years of the Moors fucking on their brides. From 1711 to 1492. That's why the Spanish are fixed mulattoes. Niggas fucking on interracial pussy and not coming together with other brothers. And that's what sacked the Moors. That's what happened here in ancient America. Here in ancient America, you know, you had, what's his name, Hiawatha, that came together with that treaty in 1150. I think it was 1150. Was it 1050 or 1150? When Hiawatha got together and they buried the hatchet with what the so-called, what they call now the the Iroquois Confederacy. That was, that was 1150, 1050, one of the two. And what happened when Hiawatha and they all got together and the Iroquois Confederacy buried the hatchet, they lived for the most part unabated and had a society that society of the Iroquois, it was around longer than the United States has been around to this point. The United States is only 246 years old, 47 years old now, 46 years old, 47, 76, whatever, 200 some odd 50 years old is the United States. The Iroquois Confederacy lasted from 1150 basically until the 1700s when Benjamin Franklin came, 1776. So, but what was the thing that broke it up? Infighting, infighting. They got to come up. Them white boys got to that upper northeast, and you had the Seneca versus the fucking Algonquins versus the Iroquois. The motherfuckers are going at each other again, and them white folks playing on them schisms. People never ask themselves, why did it take the United States so long to get coast to coast? Them honkies got here in 1619, and they didn't settle California until the late 1870s, 1880s. Even though California became a state in 1849, they were still dealing with those natives in the Sequoia region. And it was, what's his name? Um, 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 Allensworth, General Allensworth, that settled the Sequoias in the 1880s, 1890s. So really, it's barely been 100 years since the United States has had complete control of the 48 states. Why did it take so long? because it took the European time. They played the long game. They didn't come through here, this country, like gangbusters, killing everybody. That killing always came later. They came and they created treaties, and then they would play one tribe against the next. You had one tribe to kill off the other tribe, and then when they just finished with war and they weak, here come the white folks attacking. It's the same shit around the fucking planet. This white boy used the same strategy on Brazil, on the Congo, on Chicago, and hell, if you think about it, he used the same fucking strategy in Europe. The Britons were the British society. The Britons, why do they call them British? What is it? Ish. Ish means light. Think about this shit, niggas. British. Well, who were the Britons? Niggas. Get the book Ancient and Modern Britons. And matter of fact, Dr. Clyde Winters got work on the British Empire, on the Britons. Paintings as recently as the 15 fucking hundreds of black people in castles fighting off these white invaders, black monarchs and black. This is the island of England as of 1600. The current British monarchy is German. Queen Elizabeth's German. King Charles German. The motherfuckers is Germans. When you look at Russia, it's these white boys got the same fucking strategy worldwide. The whole point of looking at slavery, niggas, is to see where the fuck we went wrong. Not to sit around and be like, man, slavery wasn't no choice. Kanye wrong. Fuck Kanye West. And let's learn a lesson in the past. Stop that. We gotta stop being so damn emotional about everything. Black people, as we look at, oh man, that beautiful bitch Sirius is in the stars tonight. Is in the skies tonight. I'm sorry, y'all. I love astrology. I love the stars, and it's a clear night, LA tonight. It was cloudy last week, and yes, I call Sirius a bitch because that's the dog star, the female dog. She's a star that our planet orbits around, and the reason why our flag is red, white, and blue is because that bitch Sirius shines red, white, and blue. That's why. Just stare at her long enough, you gonna see it. She gonna twinkle some red. She gonna twinkle some white. She gonna twinkle some blue. You see Sirius best in the fall and winter sky. You don't see her in the summertime. But do y'all know the reason why the 4th of July? Do y'all ever notice on the 4th of July, the sun shines, like the daytime on the 4th is always a little bit stronger, a little bit brighter? You notice there's never cloud cover on the 4th of July? Why? Because the 4th of July is when that star Sirius is in direct alignment with our sun. So it gives our sun just a little bit more of a boost in brightness because it's in direct alignment from July 3rd through July 9th. And that's why the United States chose July 4th as as the Day of Independence, because the Declaration of Independence wasn't fully signed it wasn't ratified and signed by everybody until August 2nd, 1776. It was August 2nd when all that shit was ratified. But we choose, well, not we, these white boys choose July 4th as the day of Independence because July 4th is the day the star Sirius is in direct alignment with the sun. All this shit's astrological. Yeah. So anyway, sorry for my tangents. I just be talking. I'm high right now, and I'm about to smoke another blunt too. But you can look up anything I say. Just because I'm high don't mean I'm not right. I'm very right. I just love these motherfucking stars, man. Shit, y'all got black people. We got to get back to nature, man. We some nature people. The city, we only been in cities for like 100 years and less. A lot of motherfuckers, your family didn't get to the cities like 50 years ago. Some of you country ass niggas watching me right now, y'all still ain't in the goddamn city. But we some nature people, y'all. We got to connect back to our stars. We got to connect back to our ancient sciences. I got over that fear. For a long time, I was afraid to show my YouTube audience that I'm a card reader and I read playing cards and I do esoteric shit like that because I was like, man, these niggas gonna think I'm weird. Like, they be seeing me on 5150 talking about nigga shit, but if I come out and tell them I read cards, they're gonna be like, what the fuck this nigga on? Then one day I said, fuck it. I am who I am. If they don't like it, they'll leave. I don't give a fuck. You got to see, look, the Pleiades is up there right now. You see the Pleiades? The Seven Sisters? Or they call it the Little Dipper. The Pleiades is just next to Mars. It's in between Mars and Saturn and Jupiter. Well, back to what I was talking about. My bad. I was over here. I'm talking about the stars tonight. What was I talking about before I got into the stars? I was talking about how we keep getting fucked up over the same shit. The whole point of history is to learn from that shit, y'all. Not take it personal. Y'all remember that old bullshit ass Jermaine Jackson song? My grandfather loved that song too. Don't take it personal. Take the bitter with the sweet. Easy come, easy come, easy come, baby. That song was hot back like in 1988. I remember my grandfather. My grandfather hated Michael Jackson. He'd be like, "Shit, this the real Michael Jackson. This the real Jackson right here, Jermaine. That Michael Jackson ain't shit. That boy was black when he was a baby. Now that boy white. Shit." He started getting me to like not like Michael Jackson. And my grandfather used to always play like I was like 7 when that song was out. And I'm over here like, man, granddaddy, 1988, this was the year Bad dropped. I'm over here like, I want to hear the way you make me feel. I want to hear some Michael Jackson. I want to hear some Beat It. My grandfather be like, you need to listen to that Jermaine Jackson. Don't take it personal. I'm like, all right, Poppy. But that song is real though. You can't take it personal, man. You can't take this life shit personal. You just look at the shit that go on and you learn from this shit and go back to living your life. I'm telling all you niggas listening to me right now, even you hating ass niggas listening that can't wait for me to fuck up. Everybody got a uniqueness about them. Even you sorry niggas. The only reason why sorry niggas are sorry is because they don't believe in themselves. Take that to the bank. And it goes for all you niggas listening. If somebody don't like you, if somebody you feel is undermining you, jealous you, they don't like you, they hating on you, they do that because they don't see the greatness within themselves. People who understand their internalized greatness, because all of us have greatness inside of us, just few choose to few find a way to tap in. The people that spend all day cutting you down and fucking you up and trying to fuck you up, that's because they don't know their talents. They don't know what's in them. They never took the time to find out where their greatness lies. So they live on the low vibration and they try to bring you down to that vibration with them because they don't believe in themselves. Don't take that shit personal. Just get them people far the fuck away from you and get back to what you do in life. Fuck them people. They kiss your black ass. Like sometimes you might have to whoop their ass. You know what I mean? You might have to cuss them out. I ain't saying, but once you done whooping on their ass and then once you done cussing them out or distancing yourself from them, leave them be. Don't give them no more of your fucking energy. Fuck them people. Mm. Yeah, what's up, Rob Trimble? What's up, Solar the Great? We still celebrating Thriller this week on Incense and Ashes. I'm playing the whole Thriller album on Friday. No, not Friday night. I'm being on Sunday night playing the Thriller album, top to bottom. Yeah, so we gotta know history until it's till you get to the young folks. Listen out there. There's only the only reason why you need to know history is because you need to know what happened to know how you need to move today. That's it. Don't take it. Don't allow this whole Kanye talking about. Man, he said slavery was a choice. Even if Kanye meant that in the most degenerate way, that's his opinion. Write him off is okay. That we all know that nigga is one. He's mentally crazy, and yes, he is a coon. But yes, he does say real shit too. But one thing we not gonna do, however we feel, we not gonna team with them folks. We not gonna team with them. That's what we not gonna do. No, I'm not about to team with y'all. He's him. He's getting all his shit taken from him. That's enough. He can't be at J.P. Morgan Bank or whatever. I'm not about to stockpile on this nigga. I got this neighbor across the street. I think this nigga a Hebrew Israelite. I'm looking at him walk to his car. That nigga got on that Hebrew Israelite gown. This nigga better not ever. I hope. Okay, now I know not to ever. If I ever see this nigga outside, I know not to ever have a conversation with him. I do not want to hear this nigga read me that Bible in the Hebrew Israelite. And this is no disrespect to the Hebrew Israelites. I got respect for y'all. At least y'all ain't worshiping no white person. But I'm not trying to argue with y'all, Chief. That's what I'm not about to do. I don't want to hear you talk about Deuteronomy or nothing. And I just wish y'all get somebody that can read on that Bible. Excuse me. Whoever's reading the Bible when y'all be on the corner of Crenshaw and King, can we please get the brother that can read clearly? All right? Yeah, so Pete Morton said Kanye's at 1980 TV that you got to slap on the side occasionally to get it to work right. That's real talk. What's up, Deep Impressions? I better get a reading from me. I'm gonna do a reading show tomorrow on YouTube. I'm gonna do a reading show tomorrow. That's what I'm gonna do. So we gotta just know that black people, we gotta love ourselves to the point to where we can't let these Kanye West situations and whatever control our emotions. That's not what we're here for. Have opinions on him, and it's cool. I'm not trying to say be perfect. It's cool to fuck around and have a little fuck off time and have a little debates, amongst ourselves. We all need a little fuck around time. You know what I mean? I'm not here to say that you got to be always. No, we gonna all fuck around, man. Fuck around and talk about Kanye, have a good time, laugh, clown that nigga for having one cheek bigger than the other, talk about his boots. You know what I mean? Do whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? I get it. But don't this whole situation control your emotions, man. And don't let these people, and don't repeat what they say just because they said it. Like it was a story today that came out in Rolling Stone, and everybody was repeating and saying Kanye marched down to Skechers' office and was immediately turned away. I don't believe that. If it happened, then it did happen. Whatever. But just because Rolling Stone and these white people said it, I don't just believe it because they said it. They lie too much. I don't believe anything that they say. Nothing. Now, if what they say is it happened, it'll come out. The truth always comes out in the wash. The camera footage will come out. It'll be some other stuff. It'll come out if it's true or not. But even let's say it's 100% true that Kanye walked down to Skechers today and got turned away. Let's say if that's 100% true, I'll give you that. Okay, it's true. Now what? Okay, Kanye walked down to Skechers and got immediately turned away. Okay, well, if he's getting kicked out of banks and his sports agency is losing players, I don't really see getting turned away at Skechers is a bad day. When that same day, your football players and stuff for your agency are leaving you, and TJ Maxx said they're no longer going to push your products, even though I doubt TJ Maxx has ever had anything Kanye in it. But okay, Cap, but okay, whatever. Kanye got turned away. Okay, what does that do for me? What does that say? Okay, but you got people putting a lot of energy into it, talking about, see, I told you. Look, I told you. Then you got cats running around talking about he gonna lose all his money. He gonna lose all his money. So I don't care. That's his money. He could have done all these things for the black community. Yeah, but was he doing all those things for the black community when he had it? Yeah, he paid for George Floyd's daughter's college, like education or whatever. That's one person. But was his money benefiting the greater good of black society when he had it? No. So why am I gonna be like, well, he could have did this for the black community? He didn't do it when he had it. That wasn't within his realm of consciousness. We all have our own particular realm of consciousness. Doing for the greater good of black society was not in Kanye West's realm of consciousness. And let's just say it was his consciousness. And let's say one day we look up and Kanye West donated $300 million to all black causes. Then we're going to be like, damn, that's fucked up. But you know what I'm going to do? If that came out, I will celebrate him. Look, when Kanye had his bag, he gave $300 million to black businesses. He may not be able to do that no more, but I'm gonna thank him for what he did go. So let's say he even did use it for black people. And now because of his situation, he can't do it no more. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna thank him for what he did do and then be like, shit, it's fucked up that you ain't got your no bag like that no more, but damn, it is what it is. What I'm saying is it's not worth your emotion. It's okay to have some bull jive talk about. It's okay it's okay to talk a little shit, swallow some spit, but get back to your damn life. Fuck giving this nigga your energy. And why do these clouds look like vertebrae? Like, look, don't the clouds kind of look like vertebrae? Don't they? Somebody said I'm not qualified to speak on yay. I'm qualified to speak on your mama's tangy pussy. That's why I am qualified to spit. Your mom's pussy smell like it's a slight bit of piss in it. Tell her to clean that shit up. I literally said, it doesn't matter. I said, Ye's pockets are his pockets. It's not my business. And here I got this dumbass here in the chat room talking about something. You're not qualified to speak on his pockets. Nigga, can you listen? You got to hear it. This motherfucker 22 years old with a hearing aid. This motherfucker 22 years old with a hearing aid and high blood pressure. How are you in shape with high blood pressure? Fuck out of here. These niggas are stupid. They be forgetting. Yeah, they be forgetting. I got jokes. I just like to. I'd rather teach. If I was in my 20s, I'd be talking more shit than teaching. I'm in my 40s now. I ain't got time to be talking jokes. Look, if y'all give me time, if y'all, the most precious thing, I appreciate that decompression. Hiding that motherfucker. The most precious thing you can offer someone is your time. So if you guys offer me your time, I want to give you some substance. All right? And you don't have to agree with me. Everybody's not going to agree with me. I'm not a narcissist. I don't care if you agree with me or not. I really don't give a fuck. But for those who are willing, you know, look me up. Look up what I say and get some information. That's my offering. There's a million niggas out here that can make you laugh. Social media is full of people out here trying to make you laugh. I can do that, but I feel that there are more valuable uses of time that now I'm 41-year-old. Now back when I was 31, different story. You live and you learn, you mature. You mature through life, you know. If I was talking to you guys when I was 27, I'd be roasting you guys for 6 hours straight. And I would never repeat a joke. But I'm not 26 anymore. I'm 41. I'd rather give you guys a little bit of wisdom. Yeah, but you get these motherfuckers that come up in here, not even listening to what you say, and they want to come in defending a celebrity that they don't even know. What's up with you niggas that fall on the sword for celebrities too, and basketball players? Fuck y'all problem. These niggas don't give a fuck about y'all. Shit. Yeah, that motherfucker woke up on the air mattress. You right about that? See, one thing about me, I don't get that many trolls. I don't know if it's my energy. Even on stage, when I was doing stand up comedy back, I don't take stand up. Stand up comedy is a hobby for me now. I do it every now and again. But I love it's nothing better than getting on stage in front of 300 people and making them laugh. That's why I'm always going to do stand up comedy because the energy of making people laugh live and in action is the best shit ever. I love that feeling. But stand up comedy, I never got trolled, like heckled. I think I may have gotten heckled. I've gotten heckled less than 5 times in stand up comedy, and I bombed twice. I told you guys one of my bombing stories before. The time that I did that joke about Al Sharpton in front of the National Action Network at their Christmas party, but I did not know Al Sharpton's National Action Network was there. And I started the joke with "fuck President Obama," and I forgot the rest of the joke, and they were already mad at me for that. And then when I said I'm the Al Sharpton of fat people, it just looks like I represent them. I really don't. That joke always kills. That joke is never not killed. Anytime I hit the crowd with that punchline, I'm going to get big laughs. Them niggas got that shit got quiet. I'm like, why these niggas ain't laughing? Everybody laughed at that joke. I could when I pull that joke, I don't say that joke. That joke is easy. I don't say it every time I get on stage because it's a guaranteed laugh. Um, but I pulled it out that night because I had just bombed my previous joke. I had a joke about Obama, but I said fuck Obama, but I forgot the rest of the joke. Sometimes as a comedian, you can just draw a blank on stage, and that's the worst shit ever. when you draw a blank. You kind of in the movie, you in the groove, you say your shit, and then your brain go blank. That happened to me right after saying fuck Obama. So for me to get out that hole that I dug myself, I went into one of my guaranteed jokes about being fat and how I don't like fat people and how I'm the Al Sharpton of fat people and all that shit. Them niggas didn't laugh. I saw two people like that wanted to laugh, but they wouldn't. Little did I know, Al Sharpton's National Action Network was having their Christmas party at the comedy club that night. And 60 of the 90 people there that night worked directly or indirectly for Al Sharpton. And my joke, man, that shit bombed like a motherfucker, man. That was a woof, woof. And then as soon as I got off stage, Anthony Brown got on stage and clowned the shit. See, Anthony Brown was cold. If you had a bad night at the J Spot, which a lot of people did because that was a hood ass room, Anthony Brown would get right on stage after you and clown the shit out of you. And Anthony Brown clowned the fuck out of me after that. But that's only happened to me like 2 or 3 times in comedy. And I've been on stage 2,000 times easily. Well over 2,000 times I've been on stage. So, you know, it is what it is. Comedy's easy for me. It's very easy for me. I don't write jokes down. See, back then I was trying to write jokes down. I don't write jokes down. I don't I never do the same joke twice the same way. I improv everything that I do in comedy the same way I improv every time I come on and I get in front of y'all on YouTube. Like that show I did on Caffeine yesterday, that was all improv. I don't write this shit down. I don't rehearse this shit. I just pick a subject that I feel something about and I talk shit. And I use my memory to recall certain things. I love this shit, man. My thoughts on Charleston White. Uh, Kanye didn't say shit that was wrong. They didn't like his boldness. Kanye's been called out for being a bold black nigga. He didn't say nothing that's wrong. Um, what my thoughts on Charleston White? Charleston White funny as hell, but I don't take him serious. I don't take him serious. He made me laugh. I don't really follow Charleston White like that, but whenever I do see a clip of him, he be killing me. That motherfucker funny as hell. Do I agree with him calling and snitching on? And not, well, I won't call it snitching because he's not in the streets. Funny snitching is both of y'all in the streets. Do I agree with him, but basically calling on the police on these rappers and their kids? No, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. But I do I agree with him talking about these gangsters and how these motherfuckers been fucking up our community with this fake tough act? Yes, I agree with him on that. I agree with Charleston on that. I saw this shit. I remember when All Eyes on Me dropped. I remember life before the Chronic and after the Chronic. Before the Chronic, the gangsters were the gangsters. Were the gangsters. Here in LA, the gangsters wore Jerry curls. They wore cornrows. If you wasn't a gangster, you couldn't wear cornrows or braids in the early 90s. If you wore braids or cornrows in the early 90s, you was a gangster. And the gangsters was over there and the square niggas was over here. When the Chronic dropped, those lines started to merge a little bit, but not much really. You still had a separation. But when All Eyes on Me dropped by Tupac, that's when all the square ass niggas turned into gangsters. You got motherfuckers with two-parent household, mama driving Lexus, daddy driving Cadillac, live in a 4, 5 bedroom house, rent paid on time, got dental insurance, play basketball for the local park, have all the resources you need. Now all of a sudden you tough. I remember when that All Eyes on Me dropped. Here in LA, the squarest of niggas turned gangster overnight. All eyes on me. Tupac got all these regular ass niggas wanting to be tough. And that was the great side of Tupac was he was a thought provoking genius that was truly down for black people. The downside of especially that era, that death row era, he had a lot of square motherfuckers trying to be tough. So I get what Charleston White is doing. He had me dying laughing. This nigga Charleston White had T.I. go to Twitter and say, didn't nobody defend me. And I'm looking at T.I., nigga, all that gangster talk you be talking, what the fuck you need somebody to defend you for? I agree with Charleston White on a lot of things because I don't like this whole I don't like this whole gangster thing. I don't like the whole portrayal of the tough image. I think black men have to go back to desiring to be gentlemen. That's what I am. It's one I'm a gentleman. A lot of things. One thing I am, especially when it comes when women are around and men, I'm a respectful gentleman. That's what I aspire to. And that's what I aspire. That's the trajectory I put all the kids I coach basketball on, all the kids I've mentored and worked with. We've all been on the trajectory of we're not here to be a thug. We're not here to be some, and we're also not here to be some old arrogant asshole. No, you be a gentleman. You talk with respect. You look other men when you see another man, you look him in the eye and you shake his hand firm. I taught all my boys that. You look men in the eye and you greet them with your name and you give them a firm handshake. If you meet somebody who's famous that you know, you give them a firm shake and you move on. You don't sit there and groupie out over another grown ass man. This is something I coached my boys on because I used to take my kids around NBA players a lot when I coached. I used to take them up to UCLA during the summer workouts and the men's gym, the Rico Hines workouts. That's what they call them now on Instagram. Um, but I remember I ain't been shit. I ain't been in them workouts in shit 10 years or plus. I ain't seen niggas in years because that whole NBA world I left behind. I don't I don't do that world anymore. But I was in that world a lot from like '04 to like 2012. And so the kids I coach, I would take them up to UCLA to the men's gym, and I would, they would get to see, Baron Davis and Sean Mary and Jason Kidd would be down there sometime. Young Russell Westbrook when he was at UCLA, and new in the NBA, Kevin Love, Kevin Garnett, Amari Stoudemire. I mean, and this would be just in one day at the gym, 3 different courts going. Um, and so I would teach my kids, my boys, when you're around these men, I know you're fans of them. I know you love them, and you young men. So be excited because you're still kids. But as you get older, especially my older kids, I want y'all to walk up to them, shake their hands, introduce yourself, take a picture, and move on. Don't fan out. That's not what gentlemen do. We let other men have space. We may admire them. You can say what's up. You could even talk to them real briefly about what you admire about them, 30 seconds or less. I admire what you do. I appreciate what you do. That's the longest a conversation should be. And if it's that long, it should be out of appreciation for what they do. You shouldn't be asking for nothing. That's not what men do. That's the standard I want men to be at. So when I see this goofy shit going on, I'm gonna have something to say. I don't like this goofy shit niggas is on these days. Niggas be on some weird vibe, weird shit. And when you around women, be respectful. Be respectful of women. Change up how you talk. Around the fellas, you could say anything the fuck you want to say. When the women are around, still cuss, still have fun. I ain't saying be no square. Well, I'm just saying certain things you just don't talk about when ladies are around. And when the ladies leave, you get back to that subject matter. A certain subject matter you don't talk about with ladies around. That's more so what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Be respectful of them. Don't be that weird ass nigga that wanna be kissing them all on the cheek and they didn't ask you to kiss them. Don't be that nigga that be trying to grope women. You get a hug and then you trying to get some quick little fill in. Don't be that weird ass nigga. Please don't be that weird ass nigga. Treat women with respect and respect yourself. I agree with Charleston White. A lot of the hip hop culture took a lot of that shit away. You got dudes now calling girls bro. That under 30 generation, the under 25 generation, you got the dudes telling all the girls, bro, bro, bro. The fuck kind of shit is that? But that's a generation of bastards. It's a bastard generation that truly don't understand respect of the opposite sex. And I think, and I don't see where I differentiate with Charleston White is I don't just blame rap. Rap is a component of it, but the TV, I give more blame on TV. That's what they decide to push. I give the blame to the record label executives. The record label executives, you know, black people. When we had choices, who did black people push to the top in hip hop in the 80s and early 90s? Outkast. Was Outkast ever disrespectful of anybody? No. That's who we pushed to the top. Nas. Was Nas disrespectful? No. Q disguised his message and gangster stuff. Go back and listen to Death Certificate's album. Death Certificate was an undressing of the black community, the problems, and it gave problems and solutions. That was a clean our own house album. That's what Death Certificate was. Yeah, he said a few things about Koreans and white people and them other people. But you go back and listen to that song, Us. Us is cleaning up the black community. That's who we push to the top. Our music always had a message. So I don't blame the artists more less than I blame the executives. Because when black people own record labels, when we on Motown, nigga, we push My Girl. When we on Philadelphia International, we pushed High Stairway to Heaven. Frankie Beverly and Mays, independent artists, still selling out shows to this day. They pushed Happy Feelings. We pushed Earth and Fire, nigga. We didn't push this degenerate shit. So where I diverge from Charleston White is I don't blame the people. I look at the system that enables it to happen. But I do agree with I'm tired of these niggas playing hard, but when it come time to deal with them folks, they soft as hell. I do agree with Charleston right there. We dealing with all this shit going on in society and all these fake ass gangster niggas that sold albums Jeezy off doing cocaine and being tough. We dealing with some real life societal issues and these niggas is quiet as church mouses. I don't like that. Ooh, is that Virgo? Yeah, that's Virgo right there. And that's Gemini. Where's Leo? That's no, that's Cancer. I'm over here looking at the stars trying to identify the zodiac. So I'm looking at Gemini right there. I think that got to be Cancer. And then Leo. Okay, there we go. Okay. Anyway, hell no, Q don't get no credit. But yeah, what's up, Sugar D Rosenblum? And so, and then we also got to look at. Yeah, I agree with Charleston White's message of anti-gang. I don't agree with a lot of other stuff he does, but look, this is how I see it. It don't matter if I agree with how Charleston White moves. He's gonna move how he thinks he needs to move, and that's all that matters. I'm insignificant in that equation. I got the right to my opinion, just like he has the right to move how he wants to move. And more power to him. If Charleston White wants to keep doing what he's doing, I ain't got nothing to say about it. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. Hey, do what you do, brother. I ain't gonna agree with everybody on everything. I like a lot of what Tariq does. I don't agree with some of the things, but who the fuck cares if I agree or not with some of the things that he talks about? I don't give a. I don't care. Tariq definitely don't care, and you niggas shouldn't care because you shouldn't. You hope, and you niggas are going and not gonna agree with everything that I do. There's certain things that I say, certain things that I do. You're gonna be like, hey, yo, what the fuck you doing? And that's fine because we all have our own minds. Yeah, but I'm about to get the fuck up on out of here. I got a reading in the morning to do. I love reading people. That shit's fun. I got a reading in the morning, and then when I'm done that reading, I'm gonna get online and do a live reading. I'm gonna read this week, read some cards this week to y'all. All right. Let me see. But yeah, remember that. Yeah, y'all have a good one. And y'all need to go to DC for that rally. If y'all on the East Coast, if you're on the East Coast, be in Washington DC November 5th for the rally for reparations. Be there, motherfucker. Be there. All right. And get your candles. But Jayla, I forgot to even mention. My bad, Jayla. Get them candles. We Smoke 22 at lightthemood.com. I'm over here burning Jayla's candles all day and night today. I've been burning some of that sage candle. Oh, that shit smells so goddamn good. Type in my product code, We Smoke 22. Do that. All right? I'm out.